everyone, this is Kelly Cahoot and I am back with a video for honeybee stamps. Today using the Zen Bouquet stamp set, and I'm going to do a little bit of masking. So this could be used for Valentine's Day or for a birthday or whatever. I love this stamp set because you could just make it into whatever you need. So I have cut a heart out of some masking paper with a heart die. I decided to cheat. I tried to freehand it and it was not cute. So I am putting this onto my mask onto some cut down watercolor paper. I have that taped into my MISTI because I didn't want my magnets to get in the way of that big Zen Bouquet stamp set. I'm using VersaFine black onyx ink, and as you can see there, I am really going over that ink with my hand because of that watercolor paper. It is textured, and so I really have to work it to get that image onto the paper nice and crisp. I did ink it up one more time, and this time put my sweatshirt down over my hand and slid it on there really well. And as you can see there, I get a much better image that time. Now that has nothing to do with the quality of the stamp or the ink. It is just what happens sometimes when you work with different textures of paper. So I'm going to be super duper careful. It's so like me to stick my hand or my elbow or my fingertips into that VersaFine ink that stays wet a little longer, and then I have it smeared all over. I did pretty good pulling that mask off, so I'm going to be careful and put on some clear embossing powder and then heat set that. I am going to use some distress ink and kind of do an easy peasy watercolor on this. I made sure that all that ink and that embossing powder was nice and dry. You can see I'm really getting down there to make sure I get it nice and dry. And that embossing powder acts as a little shield or a well, so all the ink and water stay inside those little areas so they don't leak out. Now I was super careful when I went around the edges of that open heart. You can see there at the top of that big flower where it's just paper. There's nothing to stop the ink from bleeding. So I actually started my brush there and then pulled it forward. For all of these images, I did a dark center and then a lighter outside. Now you could put dark ink on the inside of that and then pull it out, but I wanted to keep that center really nice and dark. So I took the ink like directly from the ink pad almost to do the centers, and then to do the outsides I watered the ink down with water and a brush. Now this Blah Humbunny set from, or Humbug, excuse me, that's the Christmas set from Christmas, has a missing you greeting in that. I'm going to set that in my MISTI, and I used that MISTI because I wanted to go around the kind of curve of that heart. So I put it in there and then a little bit at a time curved that around to match the edge of the heart. Now it's not perfect. I did kind of lose a little bit of the image because the die I used was stitched. And so I kind of got up onto that stitch line just a little bit, so the embossing powder is not perfect, but that's okay. I just keep working it, and I love that gold on the black and then with the beautiful floral images. I used just a microfiber cloth to clean that up, and then this sequin set is called Plum Enchantment. I'll have all the colors, by the way, of the distress ink and the sequins and everything I use will be listed in the description box, but instead of pulling those sequins out onto the black cardstock, I did the center of the flowers, and I'm going to give you a close-up that. I love the shimmer of the gold, and it just went perfectly with the pinks and reds of those flowers. I love the way that this turned out. Like I said, all the supplies can be found in the description box below and are from honeybeestamps.com. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.